Hi, I'm Brian Icenhower, and I'm here with the Ron Henderson team, who've graciously granted us their time. We're going to talk to their team a little bit of how they've been so successful in the real estate industry over the past few years. So I'm going to introduce you first to the lead agent of the team, Ron Henderson himself, Mr. Scott Parman, who is the lead buyer specialist on the team, and then Elizabeth Gilbert, who's the CEO and administrator of the Ron Henderson team, the real brains and looks behind the whole outfit. They've had an amazing rise to success. They have steadily increased their production by 25% per year over the last 8 consecutive years. This year they're on track to close 100 transactions, which should easily amount to over $20 million in total sales volume. In fact, just this last month, they put 18 homes under contract, and things look brighter and brighter as this year progresses. So let's talk to them a little bit about how they're accomplishing these amazing figures. And I think probably we should start with Elizabeth. Elizabeth, as the head administrator of the team, actually goes outside the typical role that you see a lot of administrators in, that she actually holds them accountable. Ron empowers her to keep them accountable. How does that look, guys?
Right.
Well, usually when I come in first thing, I shut the door. And they come in, shut the door behind them. So we all are starting off in a lead generation mindset, where we know that the first part of the morning, that's what we're doing. And that kind of gets us in the groove of what we're going to do for the day.
No emails, shut the door, put a sign on the wall that says lead generating.
Yeah.
Don't bother us, so
Don't
nobody
call us.
else comes in and knocks on the doors.
Yeah.
Reminds us to make sure we're tracking our numbers for the day, because she's going to collect them from us every week to compile them into our percentages.
Right.
Amazing. So you actually block all of the phone calls.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that they are totally focused on their lead generation activities.
Yeah. Unless there's a real estate emergency, nothing gets through.
Nothing gets through. So they are focused on generating new business for the team.
Yep.
Because you're blocking all the existing business that
Right.
wants to take that away from them.
Right.
Amazing. Okay, then I also heard some neat stuff out of there from Scott. They actually track all of their numbers and then report those numbers to Elizabeth as well.
Absolutely.
She holds us accountable.
Okay, so you're tracking your activity. You're tracking, you guys prospect, right?
Yeah, make calls to COI, SOI, make cold calls to neighborhoods around listings to try to generate more listings.
Leads that come in off the internet.
Internet leads, all the different categories, and then tracking number of dials out, number of individual contacts every day, and then also how many under contract, how many closed, so we can run the percentages all the way down through on how many calls do you have to make to get a closing, how many calls do you have to make to get a contact, things like that.
That's great. And then you guys actually take those numbers and turn them in to Elizabeth at the end of every week.
Every week.
Right.
It's a weekly accounting.
Amazing. And that helps. You guys want her to do that.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Left to our own devices, we'd probably be playing Tetris or something.
But it makes it easier to set goals and to know where we're going if we know where we've been, and we say if I consistently lead generate every single day and talk to 10-15 people a day, then I know that we're going to get this many appointments, and we're going to get this many listing appointments, which are going to in turn turn into number of closings at some point.
Yeah.
So
Plus, it really helps you build your daily schedule as well, Brian. You and I have worked before on time blocking. And if I'm able to say, if I'm cold calling, it takes me 2.5 minutes to get a contact, and I want to get 10 contacts a day, I can block out exactly how many minutes I need to cold call that day to get 10 contacts, so my calendar becomes easier to manage.
right.
Amazing. Okay, and I heard something in here that's really important. You'll notice a lot of you may be confused because I said that Scott was the lead buyer specialist, yet we're sitting here talking about how Scott on a daily basis is actually lead generating for listings. So he's actually trying to get the team more listings. So he's doing something every day, in this case prospecting for more listings on a
That's
regular
right,
basis.
right.
Now why is that? It doesn't make sense.
You know, Brian, I'm young in this. I'm only 10 months in. I've got a sales background, but not real estate. So when I came to it, I was introduced to it through a Millionaire Real Estate Agent and that model. And we're not big wheel inventors. We know it works that way, and the key is to have good listings So when we get good listings, if I generate them, or if Ron does, or Elizabeth does, or something, I get better buyers that are easier to work with.
Right, and we've proved that before. We've went back and looked at who we've closed so far this year, and consistently the best buyers for the buy side or for Scott have always come from the best listings that I've gotten. We sell a $200,000 house and they're moving up to $300,000 to $400,000, and that's a very easy handoff to Scott. Once their house sells, there's a buyer for Scott. And we know that the whole business is built on listings.
Awesome. Awesome. That okay. And I want to bring something up too. This has been working. Like you said, Scott, you've just been in the business a short time, and you're already in your first year of business on pace to close well over 40, closer to 50 transactions in your first year as a lead buyer specialist, based on this theory working.
Right.
And that is an extremely effective amount of transactions in this role. So
Right.
it seems to be working. As far be it for me to knock it.
So far, so good.
Yeah, I mean, the other thing I've noticed between you guys in working with you now, you guys feed off each other amazingly
Right.
because of this.
Right.
Talk about that for a minute.
Well, Elizabeth holds us accountable, and it's kind of, we've worked out this system that just works for us. It's the Millionaire Real Estate Agent, like you said. We want to grow. The whole team together wants to grow and wants to do more business. So we are constantly trying to sharpen each other and the systems that we put in place so that we can do more deals. It's all about consistency and, you know, economies of scale, streamlining as much as we can, trying to foresee the problems in a real estate transaction, and we all know there is a bazillion of those, farther down the road so that we can take care of them up front.
And that happens in a lot of ways, Ryan. If I'll be lead generating and I'll be going off a script that I've worked on for a while, if Elizabeth overhears me doing something, when I get a break, she'll ask a question, hey, why are you asking it that way? Why don't you ask
Right.
them this? Or you let them off the hook too easy. And we all drop our egos and are open to interactive coaching between each other like that.
It's all about how can we do it better.
Absolutely.
Right, it is.
Weekly team meetings where we all ask the hard questions of each other.
It was always my
Are we doing it
idea.
the best?
Right. It was always my idea to build a very small elite team of specialists that could do a higher volume than the average agent does.
Really efficient.
Yeah.
Which means every person has the right seat on the bus.
Right, true.
Right.
True.
And I'll tell you, every time I talk to you guys, it's so different because every time I talk to you, you're always focused on how to get better. You're not complaining from a scarcity mindset. You're not worried about, oh, we've got all these transactions. You guys are focused on how well you're doing at growing your business.
Isn't that more fun?
Yeah.
And it shows.
Yeah.
You guys are
Yeah.
happy every day.
Right, and just this last month you mentioned that we had the best month we've ever had in real estate. I was very excited about that. And I want to do that again. I want that to now be our floor. I want that to be a consistent, every month we do 18 deals or more. And so we've now set the new floor at the team to know what that feels like.
That's amazing.
It is just darn right fun to come to work every day. And there's no other place that we would rather be.
Absolutely.
And I think that shows to our clients as well.
That's amazing. And you're right, that's a rarity in business, let alone in real estate, when you're all very excited to come to work with each other. And now I know that you're on the path where you've got so much business, you're actually looking to expand and grow and hire
That's true.
possibly somebody else to join the team so you can get
Right.
to a new level
Right.
and push
Yeah.
that ceiling
We've
up
been
a little further.
overloading Elizabeth, so we need to hire someone, another admin contract coordinator person on a full-time basis.
And we're going to make sure that we take our time and find top talent so that we have
Right.
another person
Right.
in the right seat on the bus.
Right.
Absolutely. Because
That's
that team
amazing.
fit for us is what probably keeps it going every day so well.
Right.
Well, guys, thank you so much for your time today. Amazing job. Thanks for sharing that with everybody. And the Ron Henderson team.
Yes,
Thanks.
thank you.